And we want to talk about what's been happening and why we haven't been making so much videos. It's videos and we've been taking, and they found like a bump in my head. So the doctors were really curious. So they took scans, like my fourth PET-CT scan since this all started, and then they took like a normal scan and then the PET-CT scan.
Yeah.
And then the ultrasound.
No, first they did an ultrasound, remember?
Oh yeah, they did the ultrasound first, and then the normal scan, and then the PET-CT scan.
So we haven't made videos recently because of the whole process of what he's talking about. We wanted to know exactly what was going on before we made the video, and we wanted to have the answers right before we made the video. And so what happened is like a little bump started growing in the side, exactly close, really, like in where he had his surgery. And they decided to do an X-ray first, and then after that they did an ultrasound, and then with the ultrasound they couldn't figure it out what it was, so they decided they told me they wanted to do a PET-CT scan again and also a MRI, right? So when they did the PET-CT scan, they find out they find out that it's not cancer, thank God, it's not the LCH, and but they still see that there was a little something in there. So then after the PET-CT scan they did an MRI. With the MRI they said that it was a little mass, so he had a little mass in there. So they end up sending us to the neurologist, right? The next week, so the neurologist would see what he wanted to do. The oncologist told us that he might wanted to do a surgery, or he might want to remove it or leave it there for now, or they weren't sure. So we were a little bit worried.
Yeah, and then we talked to the person, and then mostly if it doesn't cause like a lot of irritation, the mass, then we'll be all right. If it does, the other option is they gotta take away my metal titanium mesh and put plastic inside.
So yes, so the neurologist told us that for him it's not something to be concerned, that it could be, like he said, irritation from the titanium mesh. So he said the other option is Dylan getting a surgery and they'll remove the titanium mesh and replace it like with a certain plastic material. He said hopefully we don't have to do that. We don't want to do it. We also noticed that the bump started getting less swollen, so that's really good news, and we're really happy, and we have a lot of faith that it's gonna go away. It's not gonna cause any more irritation, or it's not gonna get worse. Right? And we're doing really good. I'm really, really, I want to say it here because I'm really proud of I have told him so many times by ourselves, but I also want to say it in the video that I am really proud of Dylan of how he handled the whole situation, because it was a lot of stuff going on. It was a lot of things that happened. Even with the PET-CT scan, like some know and some don't know, you have to do like a diet before the PET-CT scan, which is no carbs, no sugar, and then for him that day he had to do it that Monday, and then the next day he had the PET-CT scan till 3 p.m. so he couldn't eat during the whole day after the PET-CT, and we ended up finishing super late, right? Like at 5 and a little bit over 5 or something like that, and he had to, the way he handled everything, I was really impressed, super impressed, and I'm really grateful from the way you are, and I'm really, really proud of you. Really, really proud of you.
Thank you, Mom.
And how have you been doing?
Really good, really good. Everything's been going good.
He's been doing good. We've been doing our best. He's been doing a lot of meditation recently, and he said it helps, right? He's been helping you with his sleeping and all that distractions, stuff. This, keep distracting himself whenever he gets anxiety or things like that, like listening to music.
Mostly anything helps. Anything helps with the anxiety. Mostly.
Anything to distract yourself. And keep trying your best. Keep trying. If you're having the same thing as he's having, and you're going through the same thing, what is your advice?
To always see the positive and the negative, and always learn from it.
Learn from it and always see the positive. Never focus on the negative, right?
Yeah, because that's not gonna get you anywhere.
That's not gonna get you anywhere, and it's just gonna make you more sad, and it's gonna make you get anxiety, and it's not gonna make you feel good, right? All right. So from here on, Dylan's gonna go, and I'm gonna keep talking.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.
So yeah, it's been really hard weeks, and I also learned a lot of things at the same time. But for all, this few weeks have been hard for Dylan, and even for us. During the process of them trying to figure it out what it was, or if it was something for us to be concerned about, it was hard because I didn't tell Dylan that they called me and they told me their decisions, what they wanted to do, and I didn't want to tell Dylan right away because it would, an example. They told me on Friday what they wanted to do, and then Dylan was going to have the checkup on Wednesday. I wasn't going to tell, I didn't want to tell them so he could have all those days worrying. So what we did is we waited up to like Monday or Tuesday to tell them, you're going to have to get this scan, and this is what's going on. We're not sure what's happening. And we're all going to be always there with you, and you're not alone. We're with you in this, and we're sorry that you're going to have to go through all this again, and through all these checkups and all these worries again, and we're with you. That was the hard part for us. And one of the times the process of the PET-CT took longer. It was going to take longer because of the insurance, but then they called me on Friday. The insurance called me on Friday telling me that they approved it. The PET-CT scan was scheduled a week after that Friday. So I didn't tell Dylan I was going to tell Dylan until Monday, right? So he could have some days to process it. But then they called me that Monday in the morning the office and told me that they wanted to do the PET-CT scan on Tuesday. So my husband was working, and I had to talk to him because he had to start the diet that Monday, and he didn't even know nothing about what was going on during that time. So I had to tell him, this is what's going on. I called my husband, and my husband was on the phone at the same time, and I was talking to him, and we told him, this is what's going on, and you need to start a diet today, and they're gonna do a PET-CT tomorrow. It's gonna be at 3 p.m. so you're not gonna be able to eat the next day for all the way till when you're done from the PET-CT. And I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that you're going through this, and that we're here with you, and I'm so proud of him the way he handled it. He cried and everything, but he got himself back together. And my husband talked to him, and one of the things my husband told him, and that he stick with it, he said, Mom, it's something we're going through, but it's gonna pass. It's gonna go away. So let's just do it. Let's just do it. I'm fine. Don't worry. And I admire the way he is, how mature, the way he talked. And he did it. Thank God nothing happened. It was not the LCH or cancer. And then, like I said, it's just a little mess, and we're just gonna keep an eye on it. I learned during that process that it helps when you keep practicing on yourself, and by learning how to control your feelings and be the support you need to be in your house, and at the same time to yourself. I also learned that I don't need to have somebody else telling me it's okay or you're okay, because I needed something before. I needed somebody to tell me you are okay, it's okay, you're okay. And now I can tell myself it's okay, you're okay, you can handle this, you're no, you got this. And I am so proud of myself. um I know it's something so simple, but it's big. Exactly, especially during this situation, it's something big for me. I want to give some advice to anybody that's going through this, um, of what has been helping me. And what has been helping me is I take time for myself. Don't feel bad by taking time for yourself. I do that, and I usually do that. You get to choose. It can be during your coffee time, um, working out time. If you want to go walk somewhere, you can do that. Anything you like, reading your book, anything helps. And you decide when is the time, when is the moment. I've done it. Like I do it in the mornings before we start our, before we start school and before we start our day. And there's times that I feel super tired, and I don't wake up during, before, at the time I supposed to do the workout. And if I really need it to clear my mind and, to help me, I I put that as a priority instead of starting school early. So I go do my workout, and then when I'm done, I come back with the kids, and we do this meditation and take our fun time to start the day. And then as soon as we're done with our fun time, we sit down and we start doing school. It doesn't matter if we start late. The most important thing is keeping the healthy environment, and being emotionally ready and good, stable to have your day. And I'm proud to say that it's been working with us, and I'm happy with that. I'm really, really happy. Obviously, we have those moments and those days that that you don't feel good, and you want to cry, and if anything, simple things happen, you're crying about it. And it's normal. But it's normal, everybody get them. But don't feel bad if you get those moments. Just go with it. And then go back to yourself and do the stuff you need to do. I talk to the kids a lot about about being positive, always trying our best on getting better and learning, and I make it fun. How I make it fun? I make it fun by dancing, doing yoga, activities, any activities that you like or your kids like. What else? I'm not that kind of person that likes to play with the toys, but I like to do activities or things like that, like I mentioned. So we do things like that, and the one that play with them is my husband. And that's how it is. It's been helping. We're doing great. Dylan has been doing good. He still get his little side effects. He still gets his stomach pain, his muscle pain. Stomach pain, it got better. It's not as bad as it used to be. Muscle pain, sometimes there are days that are better, there's days that are bad. And what else? The steroids. The steroids do a lot of different side effects. Well, all of them do, but one of the side effects of the steroids, it's making you feel sad, or like, it makes you emotionally unstable sometimes, or whatever, things like that. For him, there's times that he get emotional, or he gets like, he don't even know how he feels. But we like he said, anything helps to distract himself, and always focus on the good. Always do that. And I always told him that. I always told him to do that. Whenever you start feeling bad, start focusing. Don't let that win. Focus on the good stuff. Focus on the blessings you have. Focus. If that's not helping, come to me, or come to your brother, or come to your dad, or come to anybody, and told me, I need to distract myself, I need to do something. And he's good at that. He do really good with that. He always try his best. Even music, sometimes he just goes and puts some music on, and he's doing something while he's listening to music, and that helps him a lot. So I'm happy. I'm happy that's been helping. And other than that, we're doing good. I was remembering the other day, all the things that you go through, all the processes, and how you want to take it. I understand a lot of things. I wish I could just make a video of just telling you guys all that stuff. I don't know if it's something good to do or not. But I know you're going through something hard. You don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah, there's a good percentage of that everything's gonna be good, but you never know what can happen. They come to you and told you. The other day they came to me and told me, do you know that the blasting, which is the chemotherapy he takes, can cause like heart attacks, or can cause him to get heart problems or heart disease or things like that. And you don't like to hear things like that, and then that you start getting concerned and you start thinking, a lot of stuff. I focus on keeping him healthy and seeing him healthy, and I pray a lot on for him and for us, but at the same time I try not to focus on the bad stuff, and not to to think negative. And I never do this. Never ask yourself, why is this happening to me? Why do I deserve this? Did I did something bad? Because that's not something good to do. I never listen. I never ask that question to myself or to God or anyone, because I don't think it's something important to ask. I focus more on trying to be better for the kids, trying to be better for myself. But for me to be better for them, I have to focus on myself and be good to be able to be good for them. So I focus on myself. I put myself together and everything, and after that I go with the kids, and it's more fun. It's more fun for you, and it's better for you too. You enjoyed it at the same time. Don't, because you need to be good for them to be good. I don't know how to explain this. So I do that, and it helps, and we're gonna keep doing our best and keep learning and trying our best. A lot of things, like I said, you go through a lot of process. I was remembering how at the beginning I was saying that I was doing good, but I was not doing good. I was pretending I was doing good, but I was not, that I was doing good, but I was not. I was trying to convince myself that I was doing good. And then you go to a stage of in your marriage, like a stretch. It's just crazy because it's something different in your marriage that's going on. You don't know how to deal with that, and then you don't want to worry your partner, and you keep the stuff to yourself, and then that makes the situation worse. So always have communicate. We are good at communicating, but during that process, we didn't know how to deal with it. And I think I'm glad we were able to talk about it. We were able to we opened up to each other, even though we were holding up because we didn't want to make the other one feel bad. We opened up to each other more, and instead of just stay quiet and just keeping it to yourself. So I advised everybody to, whenever you're going through something like this, keep yourself open to your partner. Don't feel bad. Don't think that you're gonna make him feel bad, or you're gonna make it worse, or you're gonna make your couple feel, your partner feel worse than how he feels. So talk to them, because that's the person that's gonna give you the most support that you need. Like, everybody, family and everybody else give you support, but he's one important asset on the process, because he's the one that's there all the time. And thank God I can say that this had made us closer and more mature in our marriage, and also it also had made my family more tighter than before. So if we were tighter before, I feel like we're tighter this time, more tighter and more, and I hopefully will keep learning and getting better. It's just so many things. And then family wise, I'm really grateful with my family from all the support. I think I'm blessed. I don't think I am blessed by having so much support from a lot of people that I just met, and from a lot of people that I met during the process. And I'm talking about emotional support, like beautiful words people said to you. And I take all the good things that I learned from everybody. So always do that. Always learn from anybody. Learn from books. Learn from videos you watch on YouTube. Advice, anything. I do that a lot, and I'm blessed to say that it helps. And plus, meditation. God is also. I feel like God is also guiding me in such a good path, and I'm so grateful, and I'm happy to say that. And I'm also blessed to have such a good people around me, and always guide, surround yourself with good people and positive people, people that is going to help you, manage the things the right way, and not make you feel like, oh, I'm so sorry, you're going through this, and I don't know, I mean, you're gonna have, it's really bad. I don't think, give you bad advice or give you bad vibes and bad, bad conversations, make you feel, instead of helping you, they make you feel worse. Surround yourself with people that are gonna help you grow, are gonna help you feel more, more positive, more excited, more trying to, more energized to try to be better, to try to support your kids more. I do that, and it helps a lot. What else did I wanted to say? When I wanted to mention this too. When I find out about Dylan's LCH, the way this happened, he never had any type of and I'm mentioning this because I think I didn't do it before. He didn't have any type of like dizziness, or he feel bad or anything. It was only pain. So focus on things like that when you have kids. If they're telling you, I have back pain, and they're doing it really frequently, take him to the doctor and just get him checked. It's not gonna hurt to do that. Just because at first, when Dylan used to said that he did have back pain, but I never thought it was something like that. I always thought it was just because they're boys. He's a boy. He has his brother that's a boy. They wrestle. They play really rough and things like that. So I would always say, oh, you probably hurt your back, or you probably, it's maybe because the way you guys were playing or things like that. But I never thought it was a lesson, something like cancer on his back. And I'm telling you, he never had any side effects. He never vomited. He never feel dizzy. He never feel bad. He was normal. Everything was okay. He would just sometimes mention, I have back pain. I couldn't sleep really well because my back was hurting, things like that. The one he had on his ribs, that one he wouldn't mention that pain often. He would just probably say maybe, I have a little bit of pain here. I think it's gas, or it's this, or it's air. I have air in here, or something like that. But he wouldn't complain too much about that one, and that was the more active one. And then the one over here, obviously, it was like a little bump that just appeared, and it was hurting like needles, and it started bothering him up to his jaw, to the point that he couldn't eat properly or eat comfortable, because it was bothering him. It was hurting. So just because of and I'm really grateful also that just because of that one, we ended up finding out that he had the other ones, and we didn't have to wait till it was more advanced. Thank God. Thank you. Thank God. And please pay attention to your kids, and make sure that they don't have those, that if they have those pains and they complain really often, take them to the doctor just to get this checkups and make sure that they're doing fine. That's how it happened. Dylan never had any other type of side effects. It was only pain on the areas, and obviously the swelling part on the head. Other than that, everything is good. We're doing great. We're a little behind in school still, but we're trying our best to go back on track. And like I said, you put your priorities, put it your way, put it the way it would work for you. So for me, I put my priorities, and my priorities are having the kids, it's like emotionally stable. I focus on having this peace in my house and this happy, good environment. And I would say happy environment, even though we have those days, but we try our best to, get out of that. And I focus on that stuff first, on those activities and those things with the kids, and then after that I focus on the school. But we're a little behind, and we're trying our best to catch up. Dylan is doing good. Dylan's doing better than Liam, than the little one. The little one needs more help from me, so he has to wait for me, but it's kind of hard sometimes because I have to do some stuff in the house too, and it takes a lot of time when I sit down with him and stay for a long periods of time doing that. But we're doing our best and we're getting there. What else? That's it. Communicate. The main thing is communicate with the kids, and always, if you need to repeat yourself. This is one of the things that my counselor told me, that sometimes you have to repeat yourself 7 times or more to the kids, and telling them different ways for them to understand. And I do that with especially with the little one. If I have to explain to him what's going on, for him to not get too concerned, because he sees stuff that have happened, and he sees Dylan sometimes struggling. This doesn't happen often. It had only happened 2 times only, but Liam saw both times, and for the Liam, that was something for him to get too concerned, and for him, it would get him to worry to the point that he would cry. And I'm talking about whenever when Dylan was having trouble walking, and I had to explain to Liam again the whole thing, and in a different way for him to understand. And I even look at videos in YouTube that could help me explain to him how everything, how is everything, and what's going on, what's happening, and why this is happening to Dylan during this time, and those things like that. And I've explained him, like I said, in so many different ways. I feel like he gets part of it, but not the whole thing. But at least he gets most of it, and he understands. He tried his best. He still get emotional, and it's understandable. They're brothers, and you don't want to see your brother, going through something hard, and or having trouble walking sometimes, and he gets emotional. And I told him, I told him it's okay to get emotional, it's okay to cry. Let's go with your brother. If you want to hug him, tell him whatever you want to say. We're here. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna walk normal. It's just his legs are a little sleepy, and we need to work on his legs so they can wake up, and then he can start walking. And yeah, we did that. Dylan, we massage his legs, and then he walked a little sideways in a way that he would feel comfortable walking without having pain on his ankles. And then after a little while, he started walking better, and then he was walking normal. It was only for like 10 minutes. So Liam saw that, and then Liam was like, yeah, that's true, it's working, yes. And then he got back to himself, and then he was fine. But I try to always make it in a way to not make him too worried. I don't get too crazy, or I don't get emotional while I'm explaining it to him. I stay serious, because I want him to know that it's serious, but I also want him to know that everything is fine. I'm showing him that everything is fine. I want to show him, so I express myself like that, and it helps. It helps him, and Liam it's taking everything the best way, and I'm proud of him also by handling the whole situation with his brother the best way he can, and thank God. And they make it easier for me. I'm really blessed with my kids. That's it. That's all we do. My husband also do that, and I'm really, really happy with my husband. That helps me whenever he gets back from work, because imagine he needs to go to work, and then he comes home, and he helps me with the whole situation in the house, and then always take his time to play with the kids and always talk to them, and I'm grateful that he do that, and I'm happy. So that's how it is. That's how we are, and that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to say. I don't know if I talk too much. I don't know if I talk things that you guys probably don't care, but I think those are good things to talk about, because those are things that help in my house that it might help in your house. There's so many things on YouTube. There's so many things in the internet that you can search to learn. Never feel like you can't do anything. Always search, or always learn, always try your best on everything. I learned this. I have my head set up. I set up my head, like I keep saying, whenever there's something that there's something that you can do about it, there's a solution, right? There's things that don't have solution, that you can't do anything about, and then there's things that you can. If you can do something about it, try your best and do it if you really want to do it. So I do that with the kids. I still need to learn more about myself and do more, but I am going, like I said, I feel like God is guiding me to the right path, to the best path ever, and I'm so grateful. And I'm gonna keep learning, and I'm gonna keep getting better, and hopefully I can help others by doing that. Not only my kids, and yeah, that's how we are. And thank you so much for listening, guys, and God bless you. Bye.